What's up, YouTube? I'm Chuck the Liberty Geek, and today we're starting early because we can. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Randall Parker Jr., for donating his showtime to me because we have a big topic to talk about. This is Gamergate Part 2. People. Why am I revisiting Gamergate? Because when I last did Gamergate, it was crazy, but now it's just batshit crazy. And I mean, it's so crazy that we just need to talk about it again. There's so many new revelations. So I have a lot of guests with me tonight. A lot of them, all but one of them, are hosts. I'm the only host. The admins of the holy shit, I'm bad. Let me just
get your shit straight.
I know. This is a special episode because from now on, all Liberty Geek episodes will also be brought to you by not only the Voluntary Virtues Network from Michael Shanklin, but also libertariangaming.org, which I am an admin of, and the rest of us are also admins except for Dape.
Yeah, except for Dape.
Except for Dape. So let's go ahead and introduce everyone one by one. Everyone but Dape and another admin have been on this show before, so I'm going to start with the people who are new. Gary, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. I'm a writer on Libertarian Gaming. That's pretty much all I do.
That's not true. He also pretty much just makes sure the site runs when Verace isn't doing his job. He's almost like a mini Verace, and Verace is probably going to kick me out for saying that. He is also our self-proclaimed PS4 guru on Libertarian Gaming. So,
that's right.
All right. So let's start over here with the little twosome going on over here. Seamus and Dave, also known as Stephen Dape.
Stephen Dape, good look. Yeah, I'm Seamus. I've been on the show a few times, and this is basically a mentally handicapped person that I met at the park who's been following me around for the past couple of weeks, and who stop smelling me, Dape. No, yeah, me and this kid go way back to when we were 8 years old. Grade. Yeah, second grade, and he's not real political, but he's a gamer and he dislikes feminists, so I thought he might be perfect. And if you want to introduce yourself.
Fun fact.
Brilliant.
He also looks like my friend Jake. So.
Well, he's not your friend Jake.
Shit. I thought he would be. Always a chance. Although Jake's a little shorter. So.
Yeah, he's real tall. So introduce yourself to the wonderful folks, buddy.
I'm David. I'm a gamer. Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
That's all that exists.
That's it! Okay, that's all Liberty Movement needs is just I'm a gamer. Speaking of gamers, we've got Adam Brett. This dude who also has his own show on Voluntary Virtues Network, Liberation Publici. I said it right.
Yeah, you did. I actually got to question you on that. Why are you calling me a gamer first when I'm probably the most casual of everybody here?
Oh yeah, you are. You're extremely casual. I just want to make you feel better.
Yeah. So
I think you're casual right now.
You filthy casual. But no, go ahead and introduce yourself.
No, you guys have seen me a million times before. I do Liberation Publici every Wednesday, 9 a.m., and now as also an admin, and now an admin through the Minecraft server. Thank you, Verace. That's been a lot of fun to see the fun things I can do now. But so make sure to check that out when you get the chance. So that's about it, and I'm just here to yell and be a fat guy.
Also, Adam, I just want to point out that I was here first, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And last but not least, we have Verace Victor Le Poussier.
Verace, how do you pronounce your last name? I really don't even know.
Okay, well, I'm just going to cut in this then. My name is Verace Victor Le Poissonnier, and it is not La Bissinicutere, whatever Chuck said. I am the owner of Libertarian Gaming and writer on Libertarian Gaming, and I break the website.
Oh, and more importantly, Shit Stay to Say on Facebook. Check him out. That's also him. That's also him.
Not lately, but it is also sometimes me.
So, let's get to it, guys. Okay, so, first things first. Gamergate, my Gamergate episode is my first or my first. No, it's not. It is my most viewed episode, though. And in fact, we are going to live check it, but I believe we have hit a lot of views. That's
Is
not a
that an
number.
accurate
The
estimate?
empirical number, a lot of views.
It's more than one, less than a billion. It's doing great.
Oh, it's somewhere. We're close to Psy, right? On all that. No, but for real, it is 583 views. That is insane for me as a small-time YouTuber. Like, it's bizarre.
Well,
And
sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but for any like half-hour to an hour-long podcast for like 580 people to sit down and watch that, that's always pretty impressive.
it's crazy. And now I can't close the video because Firefox is glitching out on me. That's great. Thanks, Firefox.
The misogyny.
Yeah, the misogyny is pretty real. Thanks, Firefox. I don't know why Firefox
Chrome
just cannot
master
handle.
race.
Chrome is just as bad, if not worse.
No.
But okay, so speaking of Chrome, so
Tor.
when I first talked about Gamergate, the Zoe Quinn thing was, really the biggest thing. It was the most famous thing of all the things. But now, Zoe Quinn's not even a thing anymore. Now we have Brianna Wu.
She's trying to be.
I know. Now we have Brianna Wu, who is playing the Special Harassment Olympics of I'm the most harassed. Where's my gold medal? Who also, fun fact, when Huffington Post did their Gamergate episode, they invited the creator of 8chan, as well as some guy from Forbes, who I never heard of, who was pretty neutral about it, and then Brianna Wu, who was like, oh my god, 8chan's so evil, all they do is talk how bad I am as a person, and meh. So, that happened.
Wow.
I'll put a link in the description for it, because now that I just mentioned it, I have to.
Yeah.
But, I mean, let's see. We've had Gamergate people writing to companies who advertise on websites associated with being anti-Gamergate and getting those advertisements pulled off. And, I mean, it's just crazy. Isn't it crazy, guys? I mean, what's going on here?
Misogyny is not crazy. It's a very serious matter, Chuck.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Steve. This is male activist, male feminist Steve Cockgoblin, everyone.
Yes, and Dave.
Cock Goblin, what?
Cock Goblin, yeah, Steve Cock Goblin. I'm a women's rights activist. I'm really offended by you guys.
But for real, Dave, since you're new here and you're not libertarian gaming, which you should be, but you're not.
Yeah, you fucking should be, you idiots. Fuck you.
Get on it.
Get on it. But what for you so far with Gamergate, especially with everything that's happened for you? What is I'm gonna say the highlight, and I don't mean highlight as what's the best part, but like what about Gamergate right now stands out to you the most?
It's a very simple question.
What comes out to me the most?
Yeah, like what is?
On it currently, like I've only known about like the Sarkeesian girl and the Zoe Quinn thing, so I'm not really.
You're way behind. All right.
Yeah, well, you know what it was? I think he saw a Thunderfoot video on it, where Thunderfoot's like, Anita Sarkeesian. You guys know Thunderfoot, right?
Yes, the Thunderfoot, like, so special that even Robert Kruger, one of our own hosts on Voluntary Virtues Network, did an episode based on him for the Voluntary Virtues Roundtable, which I was there for, and admittedly had not watched the video at the time that the subject was. Oops.
Yeah.
But it was Thunderfoot versus Molyneux, so.
Yeah.
Either way, really.
Yeah, well, Thunderfoot did a good debunking of Anita Sarkeesian, because even though he's not, like, libertarian at all, he's definitely very anti-feminist. And so I think I showed Dave that video, and that's pretty much all he knows about Gamergate is that.
You should show him the Syrian girl video.
Oh my gosh, that's right. I need to show you that. Yeah, that chick's... She's not bad looking either, so it's an easy video to watch, but there's...
to be fair...
Oh, some air of misogyny going on.
Yeah, she's
That's what I was about to say. I'm uncomfortable with this misogyny right now, you guys.
She's not an ANCAP as far as I know. She seems to be a constitutionalist, but at least the video is really interesting, especially it goes into some interesting conspiracy side of things too with Gamergate, which I thought was pretty interesting. But Seamus, since you're on the same screen as Dape, what's the craziest what's the craziest Gamergate thing for you right now? Like,
I think, first of all, the fact that it promotes Dave culture. No, the craziest thing about Gamergate, and again, this is me just basically leeching off of Thunderfoot's ideas, but in one of his videos where he's debunking Anita, the thing that's like stuck out to me the most about this whole controversy is like, basically, I forget which game this is, but she went out of her way, or she had whoever was playing the game like go out of their way to like kill and deface the bodies of female characters, and then she made it look like that was the objective of the game. And
yeah, as far as I understand, she doesn't even record her own footage. And as far as I know, she doesn't even write her own material. She has a writer, like a producer and a writer for that, who, by the way, is a white man.
Wow! So she's being controlled by she's a puppet for the patriarchy, obviously.
Right? Like, so she's proving her own point, essentially, right?
As far as I
Wait, hold on, guys. Anita is Bill Hicks.
Anita is Bill
Mine-
Hicks.
All right, but yeah, it's
Damn.
just so crazy that like she would just do that. So Gary, Mr. PS4,
Yes.
craziest Gamergate thing for you?
I think it has to do with largely the fact that the media is enabling her and continues to do so.
In what way? Let's be very specific for people who might not understand the Gamergate thing. Which after this, I promise I will do a better explanation, which I didn't really do.
Well, I feel like the pro Gamergate side isn't really getting enough media attention. People like Anita, they're getting all the,
And when
pretty
it
much
does,
the headlines in the
when it
media.
does get media attention, you got Kotaku being like, "Look how evil they
Gamers
are!"
are dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
gamers are dead.
Like, don't make games for gamers anymore. Like, okay, who should we make games for games?
Yeah.
Like,
For Anita,
Should
and
we-
only Anita.
yeah,
Only for
and
Anita.
Zoe, and Zoe.
Firewalls around it.
That's the whole video game industry, literally just for Anita, and she's
Yep.
not going to buy one game either.
But yeah, no, Gary brings up a really good point. Is Pro Gamergate rarely gets any media attention, and when it does, I think the craziest like Pro Gamergate attention we've ever got though was like from Forbes, or at least Forbes did an article on Gamergate, and the author was at least neutral, which is better than
Yeah.
most of them. So, Adam, you're pretty casual.
Yes, sir.
So, what is the most, I almost said casual thing about Gamergate. What is the most crazy thing about Gamergate for you? Or casual, whichever.
Well, the thing I'm finding with there's two big issues with the whole Gamergate issue. There's the misogyny, feminist psycho bullshit on the one end, and then there's the part that's not really covered as much unless you're in our circles, even as a casual. It's the gaming journalism and the corruption in that whole process that's not really focused on enough. And I'm starting to dig in a little bit more thanks to Verace and all of his wonderful articles over at libertariangaming.org. Yes, plug, suck it.
Well, we're all pretty much working for it, and I already plugged it, so
Well, yeah. Well,
not
still,
surprising.
it's a great article. All the articles that Verace has put out so far, and the ones he's going to come out with eventually, if he does. Hope I'm not putting words in your mouth. But anyways, it's just digging into the different groups like Kotaku and a few others that I'm not familiar with offhand that are really just fucked up in how they do gaming journalism. They either focus entirely on anti-Gamergate or crazy feminazi ovaries outside the pants type bullshit.
All right. And Verace,
Misogyny.
yes, Verace, Mr.
Yes.
Verace Victor Misogynist, because that is your name.
Because I hate all women,
Yeah, right. What is, for you, same question, what is the craziest thing about Gamergate for you personally?
Well, I think that the craziest thing is that, and this might be kind of what Gary said, but how it initially started off as something against corruption, then all these personalities have tagged onto it, and they are so desperately trying to make it out to be about them and to be about hating women and all this other stuff because they really need attention. No one would pay attention to them otherwise.
Yep,
But
Game
now that they're
Studio.
hijacking it, well, now people are suddenly paying attention to them. They're getting the attention they want.
Adam Sessler tried to make a comeback through Gamergate.
Jesus Christ, he's
Oh,
dead.
man. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
I
had
used
so
to
much
like
respect
him.
for Adam.
His career is dead, though. He is
I
hit
used
rock
to
bottom.
like him when he was on G4. I used to think G4, X-Play, I used to think it was a funny show. Like, the reviews were actually
Yeah.
kind of funny. And then, like, he went for Rev, and I'm like, okay, you're still alright. It's all right because you're just reviewing games. And then afterwards, then he went full blown. I watch Feminist Frequency every time it airs. And then my male privilege means that I don't get harassed online. Which have you ever been on Xbox Live or anything? Even if you're a white male, you're still a faggot on the internet. You're just a faggot. Like even if you're not.
By the way, speaking of that video that he collaborated with Anita on, the 25 invisible benefits of gaming while male, I encourage all of you to go on videogamesandnews.com right now, and you'll find a link to a counter article called 25 visible benefits of gaming while female. So,
you mean how, like in every MMO, if you're a female, everyone will just work for you and drop every item?
They mentioned that actually, yeah. I encourage you all to go check it out. It was a pretty good article.
Okay, that was really mean of me to say it like that, though. But I've seen it happen, so that's just
I know.
Up like that.
We all understand.
It's true.
But for me, the craziest thing, and I'm glad none of you said it, so this way I look original. For me, the craziest thing about Gamergate so far is, even though they haven't quite gone to the state about this yet, to me it seems like a liberty issue. Does it not? I mean,
free speech, man.
Exactly. They're attacking. Now they're using their own free speech to attack someone else's free speech, which sure, but this is almost like, I don't know how to describe this. To me, this is a free speech issue, as Seamus said. And, I mean, yeah, I mean, I literally don't know what to say other than liberty. This is a free speech, liberty, expression issue, and these developers are just, from what I understand from developers, it's almost impossible to openly come out as pro-Gamergate because all the big media groups are anti-Gamergate, and if you say something, the game gets blasted. The only developer, really, the big developer off the top of my head that I know of who came out as pro-Gamergate was, I forgot his name. I'm really sorry.
Oh, gosh, Chuck.
But I know, I'm so underprepared. That's the nature of the live show.
Well, if you don't mind my interrupting, what this really seems to me is just a giant shit-throwing contest where one side has cannons and catapults and the other side has slingshots. Yeah. Everybody's getting shit all over them, saying one thing or another, whether they're misinterpreted or not, and it's just who's going to come out as little shit-covered as possible.
David Prassel. Thank you for giving me that time. David Prassel is his name. David Prassel from the studio. The studio is named Spiral Game Studios. Yeah. They made a game which bombed the first time it came out on Steam, and then they came out with 2 iterations after that. It's now called Orion Prelude, but it is a game about people versus dinosaurs in a survival style. We hoard one part of the map and the dinosaurs try to chase us. It is now 99 cents on Steam, by the way. That is its permanent price. You could go check it out. Kind of, but I'll admit, when it first came out
during its release, though, Chuck.
Yeah. See, you know what I'm talking about. When it first came out, I bought it and I was like, "Oh, this looks really cool," and it was not.
It wasn't even just with the gameplay. Sorry to get a little off topic, but if I'm remembering right, and I'm thinking of the right one, it's entirely possible I'm not.
No, you are Dino Horde. It was Orion Dino Horde when it first came out, or something.
I mean, there was a lot of similar games at the same time, so I could be talking about a different one. But if I recall right, there was some issues in the studio with some contract issues. And
there were. The game had a very rough start. The studio had a very rough start, but they've since patched the game up, from what I understand. I played a little bit of it, not much, but they've patched the game up. It does run a little bit. It runs a lot better now. It is a better game now, but obviously it still has that hunting in front of it. But the creator of the website explicitly came out as pro Gamergate.
Wow.
And it's crazy, right? And and even on like the company's blog, he wrote on the company's blog as the company that he is pro Gamergate. So,
wow.
Kudos to him.
Yeah, good for him. You know what? I think part of what a huge cornerstone of this issue, and this is something that I've discussed with you before, I think last time I was on your show, but essentially I think feminists and a lot of social change movements are very hypocritical and notorious for the fact that they usually abuse or use social norms in order to manipulate people for their change.
Yep.
And so obviously when we talk about traditional gender roles, there's sort of this damsel in distress narrative where the women need to be rescued by the men. And there's also always been this narrative of let's pick on the nerdy kid. And all Gamergate is there's these poor women being harassed by the big bad nerdy kid. Now we actually have a reason not only to pick on the nerdy kid, but to be on our high horse about it and actually feel like we're doing the right thing and bringing about social justice when we're just being fucking bullies.
It is crazy. I mean, Gamergate members have been doxxed for this, you know. They've had their info revealed to the public. Now, to be fair, anti-Gamergate figureheads have also been doxxed for this. It's going both ways.
Yeah.
So it's basically the fire is being fought with fire on both social justice ends, doxing ends, mud-slinging shady ends.
By the way, let us just point out that none of us here condone that kind of behavior. I mean, there's a way to go about this. There's a way to go about this in a civilized manner, and you know, people that are doing this are really giving us a bad name.
And I think the civilized manner is what the majority of Gamergate people are doing is they're going to people who advertise on these anti-Gamergate websites and saying, look, these people are promoting bullying, here's some articles to prove it, and the company's going, okay, we'll pull our ads, like what Intel did with Gamasutra, right? And then Mercedes did with like Gawker Media and its parent company, I forgot who they are, I think Ninja. Yeah. Same people who host Kotaku. Anyways, but you know, I think that's the way to go. Hit them in the wallet, not threaten them. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's giving them the fuel to say, well, look how evil these and misogynist these people are. Well, oops. I mean, and if you point out that they're doing the same thing, of course, it's all in self-defense, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like when a woman hits a man, it's inherently self-defense, too. That's another big part. Like, no matter what he does, it's always self-defense for her, even if she initiates the aggression.
Like, if I hit Verace, that'd be self-defense. If Verace hit me, well, it'd still be self-defense. We're both
Chuck, your beard is always the aggressor.
My beard is Stalin.
Yeah, the beard is very patriarchal, and it really makes me feel like you're asserting your dominance.
Did you read that feminist article that actually beards were like rape?
Yes.
There was actually a feminist article that beards were promoting rape culture, I think it was.
I'm hanging myself as we speak. I'm so done.
Yeah, dyeing their fucking armpit hairs is something that's cool.
Empowering. It's empowering. Come on, Adam.
We have exclusive footage here on Liberty Geek. Dave will now hang himself on camera live
after
on
dyeing
YouTube.
his armpits.
Hang himself while dyeing his armpits as his last
armpit hair, his dyed armpit hair. He's gonna make a out of it and just dye it. It'll be real empowering.
No. While you're hanging yourself, it has to be two different colors.
Let down your armpit hair.
It has to be two different colors on each side, though. So, like green and blue.
No, it's got to be a rainbow to bring in the LGBT community.
Because it's like, that's another thing. Feminists, like, and a lot of people in the public have, like, taken the whole gay rights thing and taken it from being, like, a rights movement and turned it into, like, a marketing campaign. Like, you notice how many companies are like, look how gay-friendly we are, buy our shit!
It's crazy looking at UEA and BioWare. Although, to be fair, Mass Effect 3 handled its LGBT romances very tastefully, I feel like. But speaking of LGBT,
I should go.
Okay. Okay, Shepard. First off, though, I guess I've kind of made a mistake here.
Well, bang. Okay.
Yeah. If you haven't watched my first video, Gamergate is basically people who are pro Gamergate are people who are really sick and tired of the social justice movement that's going on in gaming right now being pushed upon them, and B, unethical journalism going on within the industry. Like, there have been numerous reports of companies paying for good reviews, for example, in some form or another. Burgers and
Which is very evident if you actually... I need to include this. If you look on Metacritic, you'll see it very evident when you compare user scores to the critic scores.
Yes.
For a lot of games, especially like Call of Duty, big AAA titles, it's very, very apparent.
I'm putting you on the big screen for that, Adam. You want to do stupid shit, you get pointed out. But okay. Verace is giving me the go-ahead to talk about this. So, Verace, I want to talk to you for a second. Speaking of LGBT, you are the B in LGBT, are you not?
I am.
Has the feminist movement helped you at all?
Well, no.
Has the Gamergate movement helped you at all?
It's helped you. You just don't know.
Well, I would say yes. The Gamergate movement has helped me, and I would say the feminist movement has just given me headaches and made me sad.
It's giving you Ebola.
That's giving me Ebola.
Because you are now special because you are a bisexual gamer. Are there enough games targeted towards you?
He's being oppressed.
Well,
he just doesn't know it yet.
Well,
Sam's, that's it.
I mean, I don't like look for games like thinking, well, gee, I want this game to, appeal to me being bisexual. I don't ever think that when I'm playing a game. It would be really weird to me if I played a game and it's like, hey, click this button if you're a bisexual to get extra bisex points.
Right.
I mean, I never want anything like that. I mean, my preference usually I like shooters like World War II games, things like that, and I look for that kind of stuff. I don't think, gee, is this game gonna hit me right in my bisexuality?
in this game.
And by the way, I think that EA did a ridiculous job with how in their games they have to force this whole. It's like it's forced.
Yeah, Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 2 handled it really badly. Yeah, Dragon Age 2 handled it really badly. I feel like Mass Effect 3 handled it pretty well because, like, the first gay character that I think of, like, he doesn't, like, you don't really find out he's gay until he talks about how he lost his husband in a Reaper fight. So, okay. On the other hand,
I feel like they are trying to drag in a demographic by force, almost like not by force. Obviously, it's completely voluntary, but they're trying to
in an
really
awkward
push
way.
it.
Yeah, and then I forgot. Then there's Caden, who will just.
I mean, do you remember the whole gamer movement that EA tried to do for a while?
Yeah.
They pushed that, saying,
and don't forget,
we support gamers.
And wasn't there also a GamerCon, if I remember correctly? There was, which had its own special gamer-colored PS4. That was a rainbow PS4.
I remember that. I posted a picture of that on one of my pages to like parody it, and that was the first time that I really started thinking about how gay rights had become a marketing campaign by a lot of companies. Like,
it's just crazy. So like,
Chuck, you don't want to be playing a game and have it like specifically go out of its way to talk about like heterosexuality or something. It would be weird.
Ridiculous.
It would be awkward,
that's
right?
Ridiculous. Of course, now the other side would say, but that's the norm, right? But so what? It would still be weird.
Normal, Chuck. What do you mean the norm?
Well, if the social justice warriors have their way, I mean, there's this whole gender fluid, jello fluid concept now, where somebody can be, a woman one second, a man the next second. Doesn't matter what junk they've got down there.
I am also a lizardkin.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm also identify as black. I'm African. So, like.
African.
And now Michael Shakelin and Kyron Pearson just come on the show, destroy my show, take down my show. Thank you, Seamus.
I've come to the conclusion that I'm Batman, and if you disagree, you're oppressing me.
You're oppressing me. He's Batkin.
Batkin, yep.
Batman does identify as Batkin. Batman is Otherkin. When you think about it.
But, okay, so all of you, I guess, would it be fair to say, how linked is the anti-gamer? How linked is the anti-gamer?
I mean, they pretty much are anti-gamer.
Yeah. How linked is the anti-Gamergate movement with feminism? Is there a link? Is there a link, or am I just crazy?
I'm seeing no difference.
Yeah. Like you said, there's no difference. It's just feminists saying, look, men are having fun. Let's destroy that. Or also them saying, if you're a heterosexual male with any sort of sense of sexual awareness, you must be oppressing women and adding to rape culture.
By playing this game.
By playing this game. By expressing any sexual awareness. By knowing you're attracted to sexy women, you oppress women everywhere. It's that simple.
And it's crazy. Okay, so again, with the anti-Gamergate, notorious anti-Gamergate outlet Kotaku, right? So gamers are dead, right? Gamers are evil, they're violent, right? And a little game gets announced called Hatred. Now that game is
Little game.
ooh, yeah, Kotaku doesn't like you liking that game. But when something big and famous gets threatened, Grand Theft Auto 5 in Australia, how retailers are starting to not sell voluntarily. Voluntarily, I will say. The companies themselves, this is not a government-mandated thing, but still, they are bowing down to peer pressure and taking GTA 5 out of their stock. And Kotaku suddenly is jumping into the rescue of that game.
It's because it's AAA and probably their pockets are lined.
Yeah. Well, Australia, we've talked about this before, how Australia is not a very pro-free speech place.
No.
They're notorious for doing this kind of... Like, Australia's always like, oh, you were having fun with that video game, were you? No.
Yeah, and it's really weird, because they talk about how badass they are, but then it's like, no, Mortal Kombat 9? Oh, no, get that shit out of my face.
No, can't have Wolfenstein either.
No.
Anyone kills a hooker, they look like this.
It's... I mean, so let's get our facts straight here. Who is anti-Gamergate, and who is Gamergate? Let's start with the first one, Gary. I'm gonna go with you, Gary, because you've been quiet. Gary, who is anti-Gamergate?
Well, you know, Anita and her goons, Kotaku, everybody who's pretty much enabling her, the media. It really goes a lot farther beyond that, but that's pretty much the sum of things.
But okay, but Adam, who's Gamergate?
It's everybody.
No,
The whole world, kumbaya. No, it's
Everyone.
well, really, as far as I can tell, the Gamergate community is just the people who are willing to suck dick or take a whole shit ton of money for unsavory reasons and for games that don't deserve what they get. And I'm a casual.
We're mad at it. We're so mad at it.
Yeah.
That's why, once again, I am openly saying that I am pro Gamergate on my show. On my show, I am pro Gamergate. Oh, come at me, Kotaku.
Patriarchy.
Yeah, come at me, Kotaku.
I think Dave left because he's too scared to say if he's pro or anti-Gamergate.
Oh man, that is scary. It is scary, but
He felt depressed.
He felt depressed. He's like, Seamus, you such a misogynist! He like, ripped his shirt open and ran out of the room because my standards of beauty for him are too high.
Maybe he should play Depression Quest.
Remember, Seamus, it's not what he's wearing. Remember, so he can take that shirt off, and it's fine.
Unless you happen to be quiet from Metal Gear Solid 5, then it is what you're wearing.
Rape culture's funny.
You know what I just realized? Like, something I've been thinking about that like just came back to mind about feminists and like how they talk about harassment.
Yeah.
You ever notice how like they all claim society has standards of beauty for women that are far too high for them to meet, and then they simultaneously claim that every single one of them is getting catcalled and sexually pursued by them?
Like, okay, so
Like,
if you're not
how does
meeting
that-
these ridiculously abnormal beauty standards, why are you still getting catcalled? Is it really both ways?
Yeah, because catcalling is about
It's
power.
both ways because it's
not
convenient.
It's like rape. Catcalling is the same thing as rape, apparently.
Everything is the same thing as rape if you were part of the
Let me
feminist movement.
Let me just point out the biggest fallacy in feminism, from a libertarian standpoint. It's the fact that they always come to the state to try and seek solutions for their problems.
It's true.
I mean,
We have
Why
anti-
they
Hold on,
use the
fallacy?
state
That
all the
sounds
time.
phallic. I'm sensing some oppression here.
Yeah, phallus. Fallacy? Are you saying they have phalluses? Because I think the only feminist with a phallus is Gloria Steinem.
I don't know. Zoe Quinn,
I would have said Rosie O'Donnell, but that's a close one too.
Well, I wouldn't. Why would I make Rosie O'Donnell is a man? Like, why would I?
She's gender fluid.
Oh, you guys want to hear a joke?
What?
Women's sports.
Hey,
I was gonna make a joke, but I forgot who this other person, the name of the other person was, so I can't make that joke. It was a Dave Chappelle joke. It wasn't mine anyway. So But Star Jones does look like a man. She looks like that one dude from Good Morning America who does the weather without a wig.
Dude, you know.
Tom Brokaw, I think his name is. Maybe.
I just found out that. Did you know that Christian Bale is Gloria Steinem's stepson? Batman is Gloria Steinem's stepson.
That's crazy.
I never knew that.
Did you know that George Clooney was also Batman?
Yeah, what the hell? That was.
Did you know that George Clooney
that
was
did
a bad
not.
Batman?
Did you know that George Clooney was oppressive in pro Gamergate?
No, was he?
Now I'm gonna get sued. I don't think that's true. I just don't sue me. I was just kidding.
Yeah, Clooney's gonna see this and be like, "I never said that."
And you know he's gonna see this, obviously, right? Because
He's the first person who's gonna watch this video. He's watching right now. He's one
I'm gonna tweet it to him right after we get done here.
Well, guys, he's texting me. Oh,
Wait, but for real though, it's like if you bring up, especially, and it's really interesting too, because I want to be fair here. I have seen plenty of feminists that are pro Gamergate. In fact, if you go on Twitter and look up, yes, if you go on Twitter and you look up hashtag not your shield or at not your shield, right? That is a Twitter thing. It is women and minorities and gay people and lesbian people who are pro Gamergate.
But gay people aren't inherently feminists, Chuck.
yes,
But
they are.
but feminists seem to think that gay people are inherently feminist.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I'll make the
liberals,
argument-
liberals always seem to think that gay people are liberals too, if you've ever noticed.
Well, I'll make the argument that these people who are more so supporting our side, whether the Liberty side or the pro-Gamergate side, especially if they're women or feminists or whatever they identify themselves as, they're more equal rights as opposed to feminists, which we can...
Misandryists. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, there
Right.
are some good apples in the feminist movement. They say, like, oh, the bad apples corruptors. No, most of them are bad apples, but there's a few good apples in the feminist movement.
It's actually
Yeah.
good ovaries. Good apples is misogynist to say.
Oh, my gosh, I'm sorry. Because apples are plant ovaries, technically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, I'm so triggered right now, I think I'm gonna leave.
That's why we triggered Gary, guys.
I'm already calling the president, guys. We need to pass a law to stop all triggering.
We need to
Trigger
ban
control.
triggers.
We need trigger control. That's
We're
right.
back. Oh my god, now we're fucking back to fucking net neutrality. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh, fun fact, speaking of triggers, Remington's going to be replacing triggers for some of their rifle models, apparently. I saw that on Facebook somewhere, so there's triggers.
They're going to be replacing triggers for feminists.
That probably that's.
There you go.
All this triggering, it's just the gun culture keeping women down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like gun culture, dape culture. It's all.
Yeah.
But,
I feel like we've kind of gone a little off track, but in a really great way.
Just a little?
Just a little.
Yeah.
Maybe some
Well,
magical
let's bring it back.
By the way, I want to take back my racially offensive comments. I don't legitimately identify as African. I was just making the point that we shouldn't give people different standards based on their kin. Because why does it
Based
make
on what
any
they
more
say,
sense?
what they say does not necessarily reflect what is.
Yeah. Well, it's like it'd be like honestly, it'd be like a white person saying oh, I'm African, and expecting to get away with using the N-word or something. I'm
Right.
sorry, but there's some things you just can't change. You're born a certain way. Do what you want, but
And you know what? Since we're on the feminism topic anyways, before we bring it back, I will admit, okay, maybe I'm going to catch some shit for this. I will admit, there is white privilege. Privilege? There is white privilege.
There is
What's wrong with Asian privilege?
What? Yeah, but there is also Asian privilege. There is women privilege. There is black privilege. There is privilege for everything. Okay?
Thank you.
Boom. There is white privilege. Yes.
Chuck, I don't know. I'm aiming my flak cannon at you right now as we speak. You're gonna
Say
hit with one of it.
hallelujah, brother, preach it.
Okay, but I honestly do believe, yes, there is white privilege, but I honestly do believe, thanks to things like, I almost said African American, thanks to things like affirmative action, which is what I actually meant to say, thanks to affirmative action, there is also now black privilege, women privilege, and other protected class privilege. And I mean, if you're going to tell me that, okay, as a man, traditional men are taught never hit a woman for anything, if that's not women privilege,
yeah.
boom! So yes,
I mean, if everyone has privilege, then doesn't no one have privilege?
yes, that's my point.
But I think I would agree that in some I think like the quote unquote white privilege is always more of an economic privilege. Like I think my privilege has more or less been living in a middle class family in the suburbs. I think whether I'm black or white, like obviously if I was black, maybe there'd be different struggles and people would make different assumptions about me. But I have some white cousins who live in like a really, really awful neighborhood, basically like Englewood in the city, and it's like, or they used to live in a bad neighborhood, and so they had less opportunities than I did. But they were also white males, you know? So it's like, I think it's an economic thing when people really talk about privilege. I don't think it's...
No, I think you're right.
My trigger levels are rising.
Oh, boy. God damn it, Gary.
Gary, just don't... All right, I will put a trigger warning for Gary. Gary, from now on, you may get triggered by what I say.
Seamus, you gotta keep your finger off of that trigger, okay?
I'll keep my finger off the trigger. My hands are in the air, man! I'm not pulling the trigger!
We need to ban hands.
Ban hands!
So, bringing it back to Gamergate, now that I did my little rant, that no feminist ever in their right mind is going to watch anyways, because I'm a white dude, but
yeah,
no one's made it this
white
far.
dude, too.
Yeah, no one's made it this far. But is there hope for Gamergate? I mean, I think there is.
Yes.
Look at all the advertisers who have pulled money away from anti-Gamergate outlets.
I mean, I personally, talking to people in general through LG and a lot of the articles I put out and just talking on the page with people, a lot of people, since the media is overwhelmingly in the camp right now of the anti-Gamergate people, they have this, I guess, false information thing. I really terrible wording, I know, but they have a lot of false information about Gamergate, and they're very easy to convince otherwise because they just aren't presented with, I guess, all the information. It's very easy to convince them.
Let me
so
add
I feel
to
like
that.
just a matter of time.
Let me add to that. I mean, all you have to do is just go to the comments section of these articles that Kotaku is putting out and stuff. Just go to the comments section. You'll see, like, I think we're in the majority, you know? I really do think we are. Just look in the comments section. I mean,
which means we're the privileged, right?
Well, we're the silent majority. No, it's true. I think that a lot of people who just kind of want to be left alone and not have these social justice things imposed on them, we're the silent majority. We're just not as loud and annoying as the SJWs are, so we don't get recognized.
Which is why I'm going to talk louder.
Guys, there's no such thing as damn misogyny!
Well, there's also enough of a distrust of the media right now, you know, for one reason or another, that people are seeing all this, you know, Gamergate content all over the place, and Anita Sarkeesian and other feminist sluts up there running around and running their mouths. But nobody likes it anymore. They're sick of it, so they just want it to go away.
I want to point out something interesting that I also heard. Allegedly in one of the unaired, you know how Anna Sarkeesian was on Colbert Report?
Oh, yeah. Do I?
Yeah, allegedly on one of the unaired sections. This apparently didn't get aired, but people in the live audience said that Stephen Colbert pointed out when he asked Anna Sarkeesian if video games cause violence, her answer was no. So Colbert asked, how do video games cause misogyny then?
Oh, I think, yeah, Thunderfoot talked about that in his video too. He's like, I was skeptical, like saying he didn't believe it was true. I was skeptical of if this was true.
You know who you make Thunderfoot sound like? You make her sound like that Asian reporter from Family Guy.
I'm Tom.
Trisha Takanawa.
Yes.
Flower, Diane, I'm Appleseed. No, Thunderfoot.
Oh my goodness.
I can't even do Thunderfoot, but he's like British and has like something in his throat. He's like,
I'm at the crime scene now. I can't do it, but you know.
I don't know, but yeah, he was basically like, what he said was he's skeptical about that, but the fact is, even if that's not true, Colbert was a lot nicer to him than he has been to any other guest that's ever been on that show.
Him.
Or her, I'm sorry. Well, you see, gender is fluid. Gender is fluid.
No, she is a proud woman.
Oh, shit. Why would you be proud of that?
Damn.
God damn it, Seamus.
Hit the dump switch. We're done. It's over. Pack it up. We're going home.
I'm never getting a job. Everyone's going to find it. Don't you tag me in this video, Chuck.
Hashtag Seamus Coughlin.
It's like Freedom Tunes is shutting down.
Hey, yeah, I was going to say, let's plug Freedom Tunes right now.
Ban Stephen Dave. Oh, yeah, Freedom Tunes. Freedom Tunes, and actually you mentioned net neutrality. Randall is a beautiful, handsome man who has been helping me build the website, by which I mean he's been doing it for me.
I know, that's why he hasn't been doing his own videos, because of you, goddammit.
I know, I'm a fuckboy, dude, honestly.
Yeah, fuck
But
you.
he's helping. Well, because the website's still in development, but it's up, freedomtunes.com. The only video that's up now is the net neutrality one, which is, it's up like 3,000 views on YouTube, but it only has like 4 views on the website because we haven't been promoting the website yet. But you can also go to my channel, youtube.com/cartanimation, and there's like a couple different Liberty-related videos there. Like, all the videos are Liberty-related. So
when's your Gamergate?
Huh?
When's your Gamergate video coming out then?
Ooh, I should make a Gamergate video. I have a video coming out soon about two-party democracy. I have a bunch of these like cartoons about how government works that I'm producing, like a series. But I do have to plug Gamergate because me and him actually talked about making a live-action video called like.
I thought you were going to talk about Gamergate like it was a person. Like me and Gamergate, we're really close.
Me and Gamergate got some brood. We oppressed some women. But no, we were gonna make a video about like, it's called like Why I Need Masculinism, and we were just gonna like basically bitch about the stuff feminists bitch about, but as men, so people could see it's ridiculous. Like, we were gonna talk about how men are not properly represented in like fashion magazines or something.
You gotta write on a whiteboard and have it just be silent for 12 minutes
Yeah,
while you have
exactly. That's what
your
we
hold
want.
up the sign.
No, have little
Yeah,
have children swear for your video.
Well,
Like those fuck hate campaigns?
yeah, have
Oh my
little
god,
kids,
the
have little
COD
boys.
community. You will win that one.
Yeah.
Like,
But
you just have to have like a straight face. They always, these girls in these videos are never happy, or the girls in the pictures, why I need feminism, they're never happy to be in the pictures. They're like,
I guess
Funny,
I-
Cameras are
Feminist.
patriarchy.
yeah,
It's
the
oppressing them to do it.
Well,
So since we're on the 10-minute warning mark, guys. So I'm gonna ask this right now to bring it closer. If you are a little bit interested in this Gamergate thing, or if you just want to escape the non-Gamergate bias, where can we go?
Easily.
Where can we go for our nose?
Are you really asking this?
Really?
Libertariangaming.org.
Really? I've never heard of that website. Tell me more.
Well, it's a website, and basically it's hosted on a Mac, and
Problem number one.
we
Yeah.
we write interesting stuff when it works.
Problem
Yeah,
number
I was
two.
gonna say the server was just down for a little bit, and it was hosted
We
on a
just
Mac.
changed out hard drives though, so now it has a not Mac hard drive. So
Yay!
good. Well, I think the real problem is I sent Verace a cartoon with the wrong dimensions. I sent him a comic strip with the wrong dimensions, and it just crashed the whole website. So blame me. If you're gonna blame anyone, blame me. I messed this up, guy. I dropped the ball. I dropped my balls.
You triggered me.
No, your comic triggered the website.
I
Shit.
didn't, my comment did trigger the website.
Well, you know it's bad when you're triggering a libertarian website. Shit.
Dude, I'm gonna trigger so many people. So many people are gonna get triggered by this comic.
Yeah, but okay. Obvious
okay.
plug. Obvious plug aside. All right.
Some
Can
basic
anyone
plugs.
think of a few other places that might just be at least neutral about the subject? Like news-wise? Can we?
You can go to redtube.com and it'll have a lot of. Go to bluewaffle.com. I would. Gosh, besides Freedom Tunes.
I mean,
of course.
I would say what Gary said earlier. One of the articles that, well, I guess crap. I guess you posted it, Chuck, earlier. I'm just gonna stop talking.
Yeah, I was gonna. What article? Oh, he stopped talking. That's right. Oh.
Hey Gary, where can we find that
No, I
article?
was gonna say niche. I was gonna say nichegamer.net because
Thank
you
you.
posted that earlier. They seem nice.
I would also think about. Okay, here we go. This is this might be a triggering website,
Oh no.
but
Oh,
8chan.org/v.
No!
I went there.
Because RedTube wasn't triggering at all.
And I need to say a special call out for people to avoid The Verge if they want any information that's somewhat true.
Avoid The Verge, avoid Polygon, Kotaku.
Huffington Post.
Yeah.
Huffington Post, Telegraph.
IGN.
TV.
IGN,
Yeah.
IGN had 2 editors that contributed.
MSNBC, Fox News,
Yeah.
CNN, BBC.
Honestly, I feel like I used to. I feel like even back when I was 12, when I first got my like AIM email address, and I would check it. They'd always have a newsletter from Huffington Post, And I remember at the age of 12, like reading the articles and being like, this is bullshit. Like I was so young, but like Huffington Post is so obviously full of shit that I'd be reading this stuff as a 12-year-old. Like, there's no way. There's no way. This is nonsense. Everything on this website is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, FoxNews.com, on the other hand, that is the best website I've been to.
They keep me safe from the terrorists.
They keep me safe from the terrorists every night. Every night I play
Okay,
the Fox News.
okay. So when we find our first when a Muslim pro Gamergater comes out, does that mean Fox News will automatically just become anti-Gamergate?
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
For sure.
I personally do know Muslims who are pro-Gamergate. They
Nobody
do
tell
exist,
Fox News
definitely.
that.
Don't tell
Hey,
Fox.
don't tell-
Please don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't-
don't tell them.
There will be
No, they won't
legitimate
like-
Don't
triggers
tell George
used
Bush
in this
either. He will
situation.
personally go into Iraq and kill everyone with a longsword.
Legitimately trigger people.
Well, to be fair, it'll be the president's fault that a Muslim was in the country in the first place.
We'll get labeled as a terrorist organization, so they'll go bomb the city next to us and like invade the state next to us instead of us.
Yeah, us.
Better them than us.
That right? Okay, so I'll ask the creative question of the day then, and the creative question of the day is it possible that we could see, especially from an ANCAP standpoint, is it possible that we could actually see government intervention with this whole Gamergate issue?
I
Is it
hope so.
possible?
It's always possible. I mean, not
Let
just.
me ask, how likely?
I doubt it.
Well, hold on. I'm saying in the U.S., I guess we've had the luxury of the state not really going after video games as hard as other places, but in a lot of other places they have gone after that and they have successfully
Australia.
banned a lot of things.
Yes.
So I would say maybe not just in the U.S., but I know Sweden was considering something
Yeah.
for games they considered sexist, and a lot of
Yeah. They had a.
going
I
after
was
games.
just gonna say that. Yeah, pretty much. You know, Sweden was considering labels for misogyny or whatever on their video games, and
Oh my
it was pretty
God.
much.
Trigger warning.
I-
Basically,
One of our admins on Libertarian Gaming is from Sweden, and I just wonder how he hasn't killed himself yet.
yeah, I have a friend. I have a good friend from Denmark.
Because of
he like tells me
IKEA.
about how like socialist it is. I'm like, dude, I would not know. But
I would not know.
I would not know. I'd be like, I'd just be over there like, no. I just in the streets. I'd be like, no, like everything.
I wouldn't know this social.
No.
I would
No, everything that happened. No. Like,
But I mean, Germany has gone on gaming tirades, but anti-gaming tirades before. California has gone on gaming
Australia.
tirades. Australia.
It's not the first time they had a book burning, Chuck, in Germany. But it's not the first time they censored art in Germany.
No.
But I will say, yeah, you know, I feel like the U.S. is usually like between 10 and 15 years behind all the other countries when it comes to like the bullshit policies of stealing freedom, except for war. We're always ahead of the curve in war.
We are modern warfare. We
Modern
are.
warfare!
Oh no! Sorry, we are now advanced warfare.
We're now advanced warfare,
You
but
jump higher.
I feel like in terms of like the social justice policing and all like the real socialist policies, I feel like we're usually like 10 to 15 years behind a lot of the other countries, especially like developed European countries and Canada.
Good.
Yes. So I'd consider 15 years ahead, but whatever.
Yes, so we're 15 years ahead, like in reality. But what I mean by that is I see 10, 15 years down the line definitely having really heavy censorship of games based on this type of
10 to 15 years down the line,
I disagree with that because the gamer community, at least all across the world, even if a country bans this, that, or the other thing, the gaming community is clever enough, and we're fantastic bastards in that there's somebody out there who can create this program that'll hide this on the computer, that'll uncensor this, or that'll download this from another region.
Yeah.
It is impossible to control the internet in any sort of real way
You know
at
what?
this point. So
Unless
you know,
you're the
I think we'll be good.
Unless you're the UK, and then you have to set. You can't have spanking in your porno videos anymore.
Unless you're a console peasant like me.
Or hold on, Chuck. This is important. Or anything that penetrates that could be possibly construed as violent in any context, even if it's not violent in the context of the act. So therefore, they can just outright ban penises
This
from porn.
sounds like there's no.
And you know the SJWs are gonna want to ban penises from porn, so.
You're going to ban penises from real life, dude. They're like, this whole no spanking thing, that's like if Stefan Molyneux was in charge of the porn industry. Like, sitting there watching
Triggered.
Molyneux, if you're watching this, you
Please
should be
don't
on
sue
Liberty.
us.
Yeah, and don't
Please don't
DMCA.
DMCA us.
Yeah, but also come on my show. You seem like fun. No, I'm being serious. Like,
What happened?
just be on my show, Stefan Molyneux. Just do it.
Oh my god. You see, the problem is, he'd be like watching the porn, and he'd be like, my god, she's never going to develop healthy social skills. You're like,
Soon she'll be covered in tattoos.
problem is.
It's really weird though how he's like an ANCAP, but he's so polarizing. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder what his stance on.
anarchist.
I wonder what his stance on Gamergate would be.
Well, he'd probably like be against the feminist policing it, but he would probably say that like parents should not be allowing their kids to play those games, which in a sense I can agree with, but
Because video games are abuse.
yeah, he'd be like, my god, you an abuse. Your parents let you play. My god, they let you play Grand Theft Auto. You steal cars. And it like he would just.
Well, it's interesting though, because a lot of his early videos when he first started up, he was actually playing video games while he was doing commentary, like talking about this or that or the other thing.
Really?
Yeah, I'll give you guys links later. But yeah,
What was he playing?
it was some FPS.
It wasn't The Sims.
It was an FPS. Straight up.
I'm really skeptical about
It was
this.
Cult
Hold
Tycoon.
on. I'm
Gary,
on it.
Gary, why didn't you tell me this?
Wait, what?
Why didn't you tell me this?
Way to
Why
go,
didn't I
Gary.
tell you what?
You geared it all up.
Yeah. Why didn't you tell me Stefan Molyneux used to do videos playing video games?
I didn't know this.
On his PlayStation. I don't know.
His peaceful parenting station, actually.
Well, I do know Stefan Molyneux is a PC Master Race guy, so because that's all he played.
I highly doubt that. I think if Stefan Molyneux owned a modern day console right now, it'd be a Wii U. Or a 3DS.
It'd be for his daughter. Be like, my daughter plays. Like, I feel
No,
like
he's Nintendo games, but not Super Smash Bros. That game is way too violent.
my God! It's like
By the way,
I fall off.
I'm gonna promote Seamus's YouTube channel here right now and say that everybody should go watch his Stefan Molyneux impersonation right now.
Yes. No, and in the video, you're not a puppet. I'm not a puppet. You're a puppet.
Oh,
Did you touch your butthole as a child?
Huh? My God, my word, Chuck. My God, the degree to which it is tragic.
I'm gonna have to change the title of this episode to Gamergate sequel plus other things now.
I'm sorry, I sidetracked you. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
No.
Chuck, I wanna say something really quick about Gamergate.
Go
And
ahead.
another promotion to LG because we've had enough of those. I want to say that at LG we have women, we have males, we have black people, we have white people, we have people of God, I don't even know.
I'm sorry I'm laughing during this, but
We've got Walrus Jesuses.
We have so many people that I don't even possibly see how these social justice types can say that. Well, people who are pro Gamergate, they hate women, they're racist, they're xenophobic, because that is not the case.
well, maybe it is because Petter is Swedish and he's still with us, which might mean in his country that might mean that he is a misogynist.
Probably is. Probably is. No, I agree. Well, they'll always find a way because, as it turns out, minorities can't speak for themselves. It's up to white liberals and like if you're just a quick plug about like feminism. I had a debate a few weeks ago with this like feminist white girl and a friend of mine she's Hispanic and she's a girl and she basically said like, no, I don't feel oppressed as a woman and stuff. And then this white girl was like, no, you're wrong. You're really oppressed. Like you're wrong. Like she straight up said this to her. I was like, fuck you.
Guys, thank you. It is. I'm gonna let you guys promote yourselves one last time, especially since most of you are all mostly related to the same website in some way. So, but it should go pretty quick. But who knows? Gary, since you're first on my list, let's start with you. Promote yourself one last time for everyone, and thank you for being here.
Well, libertariangaming.org. Yeah.
PS4 Master Race, is that true? I'm gonna have to doubt you there.
PlayStation Nation.
PlayStation Nation. Oh my God, you fucking statist.
Yep, that's right.
Varys, you are next on my list, so go ahead and promote yourself.
Okay, well, I can be found at Verace at libertariangaming.org. Alternatively, if you can't spell Verace, you can email admin@libertariangaming.org. The website obviously being libertariangaming.org, Libertarian Gaming on Facebook. Should say on Facebook, LGBT for Gun Rights on Facebook. Check that shit out. And that's it.
All right, Adam, you are next on my list, so promote yourself and all the 552 ventures that you do.
It's more like 4, but okay. Voluntary Virtues Network shows Liberty Stones Republic every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Central, unless I fuck up, which happens a couple of times recently. Check out my channel, youtube.com/Liberate the Republic. It is still anarchist. It is anarchist. It was an old name that I came up with years ago. Deal with it. Suck it. I'm not changing it. And then libertariangaming.org, and more specifically the Minecraft server with Libertarian Gaming and the TeamSpeak. So come and check that out.
I'm going to take this time to announce, too, that Adam and I will be, at some point, we don't know what, we don't know when, we don't know how, but we will be doing a show together for libertariangaming.org.
Wait, what?
Specifically. Oh, you didn't know.
No, yeah, it's going to be fun. I can't wait till we finally get that going.
Yeah, if we ever get that going, hopefully.
It will eventually.
Seamus! No, actually, nope. David's closer to Adam. So, David.
Dave.
David. No, is it really David, not David? Is he one of those people?
It's
I know a Jake who is actually a Jake on his birth certificate, not a Jacob.
No, it's actually David, all right? Right? It's also a Jewish name, like Jacob, but he's not Jewish. Are you Jewish? He's not Jewish.
Is he a feminist?
I'm Jewish.
Yes.
Big time.
Do you not see the tag, women's rights activist?
Do you want to promote yourself?
Don't really have anything to really promote.
Okay, how about you, Seamus?
Except his face. I am Seamus. I am from freedomtunes.com. Also, I do comics, and I've been sending like political cartoons and comics to Libertarian Gaming as of now. I'm excited to start doing that. And also, yeah, freedomtunes.com, youtube.com/cartanimation, C-A-R-T animation, cart animation. And yeah, that's basically it. That's my plug. And I apologize if anything for anything that was too offensive.
Triggered.
Except for the misogyny. I meant all the misogynistic stuff, but anything that could be construed in either way was not meant.
It's because you're Catholic.
Yeah, it's basically because I'm Catholic. That's why I hate women's. I hate everyone, man. I literally, like, as an old school Irish Catholic, my pastime is just like hating shit. Like,
It's crusades. That is your pastime.
yeah, I know. Actually, Dave and I went on a crusade like a week ago.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I didn't kill him. He just came with an help. But no, seriously though, I do. Yeah, no, that's my plug. Now I'm stuttering. I don't know what to say. Freedom.
All right, guys. So
Wait. Before we shut down, the title of the video for the Stefan Molyneux playing video games, it was Unreal Tournament. Under YouTube, go to Let's Play Unreal Tournament with Stefan Molyneux of Freedom Man Radio. Check it out. It's fucking hilarious.
He played UT?
Dude,
yes, he did.
Play a game and narrate it as Stefan and like make people think it's actually him playing it. And just like upload it.
Or is he playing like an Anarcho-Capitalism where he's just like, where he's
no, it's him playing. He does actual commentary of himself actually playing in amongst his other anarchist philosophical ramblings.
Does he break into someone's house in the game?
No. It's a arena shooter. You don't break into people's house. It's arena shooter.
Into their faces.
Like think about Quake. Think like old school Quake 3.
I don't want to think about it. I'm done.
Drop the mic.
Now that we've triggered Seamus, guys, I am Chuck the Liberty Geek. You can find me here on the Voluntary Virtues Network every week with Liberty Geek. I also occasionally appear on the Voluntary Virtues Roundtable. I once appeared on Liberate the Republic. Liberationist Republici.
Actually, 3 times, but okay.
Yeah, you can also find me as I do something. Right now, I'm not doing much, but I do have something really cool coming up there. I can't say what it is, but I can just say it's really cool. You can find me and some of my other works, and from now on, Liberty Geek is also going to be posted there. I'm sorry, I shake my desk, but shake the camera. Oops. You can find me on libertariangaming.org as one of the contributors, as well as someone who moderates the Facebook page. And I'm going to plug it, even though we haven't done anything in a while. Matt and I are in talks again. You can also find me on the Atlantic Bromance on our Let's Play channel. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. and I will see you sometime.
See you later, buddy.
Bye!
Bye.
Gary, say bye.
Have fun with walrus AIDS.
Bye. I'm triggered.
Bye.
Oh, where are you taking us, Adam?
Bye. Have a good
This is
time.
getting really awkward. I'm going to hit that stop broadcast button.